point is that we all have a different belief system no matter where we're from. We all have some unconscious biases, some tendencies. I'll talk about all that later. But sometimes we have to listen to people to understand them. Write that down. We have to listen to people to understand them. Differing minds. That's what we yearn for. We all don't look the same, think the same, act the same. We all don't come from the same point of reference. We all don't carry and conduct ourselves the same way. How boring would it be if everybody was like me? Think about how we encounter people from different cultures, different belief systems. Should you bring your personal belief system to work? Wait a minute, this would be good. Say it again. Keep it in your pocket. Why is it that we can't check our belief system at the door? It's part of who we are. And when we see some things that maybe upset us or we want to weigh in, we don't do what? Seek first to understand. We just immediately engage. Because sometimes this is what we know. Everybody has a reason for their belief system.
It is not our differences that divide us.
Yes.
It is our inability to recognize, accept, and celebrate those differences.
So do we have differences?
Yes.
Watch this. You could have 100 Native Americans in a room and have diversity and differences like you've never seen before. Some will wear glasses, some wouldn't. Some will live on reservation because 78% of all Native Americans live off reservation while 22% live on. Shouldn't surprise you. Third world conditions, lack of running water, substandard housing, education, poor health. We gotta get over that thing. So we look at this and say, we're all different. Some will be making six figures, some will be below the poverty level, some will drive Ford, some will drive Chevrolet. You see what I'm getting at? Difference is key, write it down, characteristic difference. That's the real key. So you're gonna meet some people next week that have a different characteristic than you. Can we accept them? Can we understand them? The first thing we should think about today when we hear diversity is our minds should not go to the big four. The big four. Does anybody know the big four of diversity? There's on the screen in yellow. What is it, sir?
Age, gender, ethnicity, race.
How many of you were born in 1960, around 1960, like me? Did you hear, when you think of diversity, does that kind of resonate with you? Thank goodness if you say no. But I'm a product of the 60s. I was born in 1960. Everything I heard about diversity had to do with those four things. Matter of fact, in my neighborhood, because there was only 6,000 of us and 2 million population square radius, this was the one they talked about all the time around me. Come on, we can be honest. Come on, we can be honest. Let's push through this morning. Let's reach somewhere. Let's get somewhere. Let's take something back. It's okay, we're gonna have some courageous conversations today, but it's in a safe environment. So when you're a product of the 60s and you hear diversity, you immediately think about what? How about my son, 30 years old? When I say diversity to him, you know what he said? Dad, this just means we're different. Now how did he go from getting that and I'm his father? I'm making sure his belief system's lining up with mine. You see what I'm saying? He's eating in my house. You gotta think like me, act like me, talk like me. See, the problem with that is this, don't listen. While the learning curve of life has brought you to this station you're at this morning, it's the unlearning sometime that you must get to that keeps you trapped in the body that you're in, that it never allows you to move forward to go to where you need to be, want to be. Let's look at this next one. Inclusion. Right? If diversity and equity are at the dance, dancing, inclusion walked in and just says, I wish somebody would dance with me. See, everybody wants to be inclusive. But listen to me, don't miss this. See, as a leader, my job is not to sit at the table. My job is to create the table, help people get to the table. I don't need the table. Listen to me, I don't need the table. I don't need the press clippings of life. I'm about mission and purpose. That's who you are. Does that make sense, my friend? Let's set the table for people. Let's help people feel this sense of inclusion. 90% of all arguments are started because of the tone used in the discussion. It has nothing to do with the words. If you don't think so, watch this. My mother could look at me and tell me I knew exactly what she was saying. How many of you don't know? My father had some nonverbal communication and went like this. You need something? Do you need something? I got something for you. No, I'm good, Dad. I'm good. I'm good. He didn't have a conversation. He didn't never want to talk. Because it's what? My way? See, when we learn behaviors like that, we don't want to have conversations. Because our belief system is so entrenched in a place and a point in time where we don't have courageous conversations. So you ready? Let's dig a little deeper this morning. Let's go a little deeper. What kind of courageous conversations can we leave here today, going back to work and have? How did I thought? What kind of courageous conversations can we have? Can we put a think tank together, maybe a diversity and inclusion committee, and then let these folks kind of share with us? Can we do lunch and learns? Can we have some courageous conversation around some things? Make sense? Can we have a forum? Hey, in case you don't know, this is what we do here. Can we have some one-on-ones? Hey, very nice to meet you. And then we just kind of share what we do one to another. Don't have to always be a large setting, but you ready? If you are going to advance this cause, you must be committed to having these conversations.